Now in this video, I've got a 5-volt peak square wave input, and I've got a 1 millihenry inductor in series with a 5 microfarad capacitor and a 200 ohm resistor. Now the first thing I'm going to find is my inductive reactance. My inductive reactance XL equals 2 pi times my frequency of 60 hertz times my inductance, 1 millihenry. So I've got 2 pi times 60 hertz times 1 millihenry, and that gives me 376 milliohms. Or 0.376 ohms. Now I'm going to find my capacitive reactance. Xc equals 1 over 2 pi times my frequency of 60 hertz times 5 microfarads. And that equals a reactance of 530 ohms. Okay, now let's take a look at these outputs. And I've got 3 possible outputs. This is the output across my inductor. This is the shape of the output, and my output goes from minus 10 volts to 0 and from plus 10 volts to 0, which will give me a peak-to-peak voltage of 20 volts. Now what's interesting is that I'm getting more voltage out than I'm actually inputting. Now across my capacitor, this is the shape of my output waveform. Plus 5 volts at the top, minus 5 volts at the bottom. And this will give me a peak-to-peak voltage of 10 volts. And across my 200 ohm resistor, this is the shape of the output waveform. And I've got 10 volts at the top, and I've got minus 10 volts at the bottom. This gives me a peak-to-peak voltage of 20 volts. And also across my resistor, I have more voltage on the output than I do on my input. Now my Imax is my 10 volts over my 200 ohm resistor. My Imax equals 10 volts over 200 ohms, and that looks like it will give me 50 milliamps. So my maximum circuit current is 50 milliamps. Now, when my current is maximum at 50 milliamps, I have 10 volts here and 0 volts here and 0 volts here. Now, I'm going to find my tau for my inductor. My tau for my inductor is my inductance over my resistance. My inductance is 1 millihenry over 200 ohms. One millihenry over 200 ohms. That equals 5 microseconds. And my tau for my capacitor equals my resistance times my capacitance, which equals 200 ohms, times 5 microfarads. That equals 1,000 microseconds. Or 1 millisecond. And this brings me to the end of the video. Subscribe, like, share. Subscribe, like, share. Thanks for your attention.